Okay, Ji, I welcome you in this class. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, and a very good evening to everyone. Today we are going to start our lecture, which is based on the fundamentals of language skills, how language works, and what the language is. Okay. When my screen is visible to you, then you will have to let me know.
The screen is not visible yet.
So just it takes a moment. What comes in your mind? What the language is? Anyone of you? What the language is? Is the screen visible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ji. Thank you very much. Okay, what comes in your mind? Anyone of you who can tell me about what the language is? Any idea?
Your language is a system of communication between humans.
Yeah. I think my screen is stuck. Okay. No, it is working. Okay. Okay, dear. Under this umbrella, we will discuss about these points, what the language is, what is its importance, and what is the globalization of English language, and what the language skills are. Okay? Look at here. As Abdul Rauf was telling about language, I'm just going to jot it down with that. Basically, language is a social activity used to communicate with others, and that is a way to convey our feelings, emotions, thoughts, beliefs, and the knowledge. It makes the interaction of the people of a community easy and possible. It reflects the social values, religion, physical environment, and culture of a society. Basically, language is used to express our identity. It encompasses all forms of the expressions. Animals and birds also communicate in their own ways. Knowing the language means grammatical competence, communicative competence, and then the language proficiency. And these are the characteristics of a language. Function and the form, language and thought, language as a mental phenomena, language as a social phenomena, and language both personal and socio-cultural, language as ideology and power, and language as a system of systems. Lenberg opines, we are genetically programmed to talk, so there is a regular series of milestones. This is very important point. You will have to look at that. And that is the verification given by him. A child starts crying by birth, cooing 6 weeks, babbling 6 months, intonation patterns 8 months, one word utterances 1 year, and two word utterances 1.5 years, and word inflections or ending 2 years, questions or negations 2.5 years, rare or complex structures 5 years, and mature speech 10 years. So a language, uh, getting the command over any language, it takes at least 10 years to a child. So when you are going to learn the any second language, because in Pakistan, you see, English is going to be learned as a second language. So it takes some time because there are the 4 skills and you will have to get the command over all the 4 skills. Why the language is important? Look at there. It comes next to food, and that is a God's special gift to mankind. It is the maker or breaker of human relationships. It makes the life bitter or sweet. It makes us different from animals. It makes social interaction possible, and that is the basis of human progress and flesh and blood of human culture, and that is the means of social control. Basically, language shapes our identity. How? That is something which is personal, regional, national, religion, professional, geographical, cultural, gender, and the social as well. There are basically 3 aspects of language: accent first, and then grammar, and then vocabulary. A.G. Jimson, he's a well-known linguist. Once he said, if you want to get command over any language, you should have 100% command over its accent, 90% over its grammar, and 10% vocabulary. So he has justified this point that all the language, these are the linguistic aspects, so we have to get command over that. What the accent is? Look at the important feature of language which shows which country or area a person comes from. While grammar is knowledge how language works, it is a map of language for the language learners. Language can't be learned without the support of grammar rules. It is like a skeleton in which everything is kept. It is the backbone of language. Knowledge of grammar is useful for the foreign language learning. What the vocabulary is? It is the soul and essence of language, and it is the stock of words used in language. In speaking and writing, 3,000 to 3,500 words are used, while for reading, 7,000 words are needed. Words are the instruments and tools of thoughts. English is a rich language having more than 5 lakh words. My dear, these are the language learning sources. First one is the interaction with the learning material, and then the interaction with your mentor. He can be a teacher, senior students as well. Interaction, media, access to learning resources, and society based. Why English language is important? Look at here. Because it is a language of international communication, language of science and technology, language of computer, language of higher education, language of higher examinations, language of high offices and the courts, and language of environment. Basically, teaching English in Pakistan is having four aims: listening comprehension, reading comprehension, speaking ability, and the writing ability. But basically for listening, you will have to just listen. For reading, you will have to just read. So they come under the point of comprehension. For speaking and writing, you must be able. When you are able, then you will be able to speak. When you are having some command over grammatical rules and you are having good comprehension of reading, then you will be able to write well. So these are the language skills. First one is the listening, reading, speaking, and the writing. That is very important. Look at here. Integrated model for language skills formula. Input. Listening and reading are the input, while speaking and writing are the output. Listening and reading are the receptive skills and the passive skills, while speaking and writing are the productive and the active skills. The more you listen, the more you speak. So listening and speaking are interlinked, while reading and writing are interlinked. Okay. What the listening skills is? Look at here. That is very important and most basic skill. Hearing is physical. It is following and understanding the sound. It is hearing with purpose. It requires concentration. Ear training is very important to improve this skill. It means paying conscious attention to whatever is being said, and our ears and minds are also involved. When these are your ears and minds are not involved, then there will be no listening. That will be just hearing. This is very important question. You will have to write it down. Triple A's of listening. Good listening is built on 3 basic skills, which are known as triple A's of the listening. First one is the attention, adjustment, and then the attitude. Be attentive to listen, and then you will have to adjust yourself, and then automatically it will become your attitude. Importance of listening skills. Dear all, how can we learn a language if we don't hear? The more you listen, the more you speak. Children must listen first, and then they can speak, read, and write. Let them listen to new words and grammatical structures. We learn our first language from our family. Children really want to learn to speak. They want to communicate and ask for what they needed. And they want to share their ideas. Communication is a necessary part of human life. Students can take a higher level of English in the receptive skill than the productive skills. What is speaking skills? Look at here. Listening and speaking go hand in hand. Speaking comes after listening. It is an encoding activity, conveying the message through the words of mouth. A language is what we speak, and it is the basic necessity of human beings. Without it, we cannot get proper place in society. Every speaker needs a listener, and a person listens to speak and speaks to listen. Everyone can speak, but the quantity and the quality may be different. What is the importance of speaking skills? Dear all, we have to speak whether we are at home, in school, office, or the market. Our students also want to speak English. Unfortunately, they are basically afraid of communicating mistakes. They feel shy. The students first listen to the teacher and then they try to speak. They must practice speaking English every day. And we should take speaking English as fun rather than as a burden. It is essential for the teacher to make the lesson interactive and participative, or we should repeat new words and structures several times. What is the importance of speaking skills? Dear all, we should speak clearly, slowly, and simply to be a good model for our students to copy. We should improve our own standard of English, being a teacher. We should focus on good oral proficiency in using English in our daily life, and no conscious effort is required in learning speaking. So the better teaching methods, standardized syllabus, use of abbreviates, and teachers training program can improve the oral proficiency of the students. What is the reading skills? Dear all, reading is of great value and importance. It means the process by which we make sense of the text. Looking at the written words and understanding the message, it is the understanding of written words. It is a receptive skill. It is decoding a message. It is recognizing the letters of alphabet and the comprehension. What is its importance? It is the basic need of social life. According to Bacon, reading makes a full man. A man who cannot read is like a blind person who cannot see the knowledge in written form. Through books, we can visit the whole world. Books speak and console us, but it is possible only when we can read them. With the help of reading, we can keep in touch with national and international affairs. It is a source of recreation and self-education. It widens the eye span. Learning reading is purely a conscious process. It is something to be achieved through constant efforts. The students who are weak in reading cannot write well. These are the types of reading. Look at that. First one is the skimming, that is the getting the gist of the text. Scanning, locating the place of something. Intensive, close, and deep reading, which we do and which normally the students do at the, I think, one day before their exam. Extensive reading, just reading for players, which they do during the whole semester. These are some techniques to become a good reader. First one is the reading in chunks, previewing, anticipation, prediction, guess the meaning, silent reading, variation in style and speed. So these are some techniques. That is very important. Look at the Robinson's SQ3R method. First one is the how you will have to comprehend your comprehension. First one, you will have to survey through the heading of the passage. Then you will have to read the questions first. Then you will have to read the passage. Then you should recall what is the answer of this question. Then review your point of view and then tick mark your answers. The last one is the writing skills. Dear all, writing is a purely human action. It means conveying the message through the symbols written on the piece of paper. According to Bell, writing is a tool used to express what is in our mind. It is an integral part of language. When we need writing in every sphere of life, writing is used to transfer knowledge. To transfer knowledge, we need writing, and to get the knowledge, we also need writing. Education is continued through the writing. So now we would like to move towards the importance of writing. Basically, according to Bacon, writing makes an exact man. All the books are in written form. That's why it is said that men die but not the books. Our examination system is based on writing. It is due to writing that we are having the know-how of our ancestors' thoughts, experiences, cultural and social values. Human beings express their ideas through symbols in writing. It is the basic necessity of email and the internet services. Although we have telephone and cell phones, yet we still send letters and telegrams to our loved ones who are residing in the far-flung areas. So basic purpose of writing is to write correct and write beautiful should be the main aim of teaching writing skills. So these are the aspects of writing skill. First one is the mechanical and the second one is the creative. Mechanical is the knowledge of letters, words, spellings, and the punctuation, while creative is the knowledge of grammar, vocabulary, and its usage. How to become a technical speaker. That is the very last point of my this talk and this lecture. Think before you speak. Apologize quickly when you blunder. Converse, not compete. Time your comments. Focus on behavior, not on personality. Uncover hidden feelings and listen for feedback. In this way, you can become a very tactful speaker. So that's all from my side. They're all. And any question, please, you will have to raise. And now, please switch on your cams so that I may just have your attention over here.